Hey everyone, Mike here again. I just wanted to do a quick video showing how I layer the new GGD Invasion sample pack sounds over my natural kit sounds that I record. I got a couple of requests to just do some explanation videos, so I'm just going to do a quick one here for you guys. I use Pro Tools 11, it's my DAW of choice. You could use whatever you want. There are plenty better ones than Pro Tools. It's just kind of what I'm accustomed to now at this point. For my triggering, I use Slate Trigger too. I like it. I think it's a great triggering program. I have no issues with it, so that's mainly why I really haven't moved into anything else. It does have MIDI capture. I know a lot of guys like to use the MIDI portion of it, but I tend to just print my samples, as you can see here. So like there's my kick sample print, and I just mix it together with my natural kick sound. So in order to start that, I we put trigger on the track. Let me enable it here. Go to browser. My GGD stuff is pretty well organized. Here are the Invasion TCIs. So the TCIs are the files that go with Slate Trigger. Here's our kick sounds. I like the Star Classic Bubenga, and then Audition is on so we can hear the different sounds. So I use kick direct, overhead, room far, and mid. I don't use the sub in this track. I actually trigger a separate sub sample because I have a separate sub microphone. I have a Yamaha sub kick on the outside. So, I mean, I may not necessarily use that all the time, but it's just for demonstration purposes for the video. So Slate Trigger has a neat little browser here that, browser mixer, sorry. A neat little mixer here that you can mix the different sounds in to kind of create your sample. If you wanted to just use the direct, you could, but I like to take a mix of the 4 different microphones. I think it's really awesome. And then to do full replacement, you could just leave it like this essentially, and just kind of dial in your detail, retrigger and sensitivity, and all that other fun stuff, your attack, sustain, and whatnot. But you know, we're gonna keep it simple today. So I like to, like I said, I like to print my samples. So what I would do is I would create a separate sample aux. It's inactive right now, and I would send the kick to here and then print it to this track. You could definitely figure out how to do that if you don't know how. We're gonna get rid of that again. So I've already done that to save time. I have all of my samples already printed, and I just kind of mix them in with the natural drums. So I'm going to show you what everything sounds like together, and I'm going to turn it on and turn the samples on and off, so you can kind of hear what the natural kit sounds like, and then enhanced with the GGD Invasion sounds. So check it out. Kick sample off. And toggling it back on. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of mixing involved. It's really done to taste. Everything is kind of even right now. I would spend some time just finding a good balance, and you know, doing some EQ and some compression. I just have some basic parallel compression and some reverb happening. Nothing too crazy, and then a limiter on the drum bus, and then a limiter on the master, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra power for when I bounce things down. just to show you some more examples. So let's go through the snare using the Ludwig Black Beauty sample. So turning the sample off, you could definitely hear a big difference. Back on. And off. And back on. It definitely adds a lot to the snare. Nolly's snares are awesome. Everything is awesome, but his snares in particular. And then for the toms are something that are so challenging to record, and it's mainly just because of the bleed. A lot of guys like to cut and fade the toms. That's what I would do if I was producing an actual track here. But again, just for demonstration, something that I did quick for you guys. So I didn't cut and fade. Normally I would just delete all this noise in the background. But we have our tom samples. The tom samples are awesome. I would even go as far as to say I would get rid of my tom sounds and just use the sample sounds. Here's what the sample sounds sound like. So this would be like complete replacement with my toms taken out completely. And here's another section with some toms. It's awesome. And then this is what they sound like mixed in together. My toms are pretty low, just because, like I said, I do like the sample toms better. I think that they just sound better. The tuning is better. Sometimes, if I'm recording on the fly, things will get out of tune, and it's just a really good tool to have to just keep everything really consistent and really nice sounding. They sound really great together. And that's all I got in terms of samples. I'm not using any of the cymbal samples. These are all my cymbals and my overheads. So if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to be very active in the comments if there are any questions. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you got something from it. And take care. Talk to you soon.